Hello students, welcome to lecture number 3. It's a revision lecture on the analysis of indeterminate beams and frames. It's a unit number 2 of your structural analysis. So in this lecture, we will study 3 different types of beams. First is the fixed beam, then prop cantilever and cantilever types of beam, and third one is a continuous beam. Okay, why we haven't included simply supported beam? Because simply supported beams are determinate beams. But let's see over here difference between simply supported beam and fixed beam. Okay, so see, this is your simply supported beam, or better I will take yes. So this is, let's suppose this is your simply supported beam. One end is roller, other end is hinge, and you have applied some loading on it. Okay, let's find DS or DSE for this beam. Okay, so reaction at first end are 2, at second end it's 1 reaction. So total reactions becomes 3 minus 3. Okay, reactions are 3 are the equilibrium equations. So simply supported beam can be solved by using 3 equilibrium equations. Whereas if we go for fixed end beam like this, we have 3 reaction at first fixed end and 3 reactions at second fixed end. Okay, so total reactions are 6, but equilibrium equations are 3 only, and we remains with 3 more unknowns which can't be solved by equilibrium equation. Therefore, fixed beams require separate theory to analyze it, and we are learning it. The first is the theory which I am gonna explain over here is the first theorem of principle, or a first principle, which has 2 major rules or 2 major properties, which says that if you have a fixed beam with you and you want to analyze its fixed end moments, then you have to consider its bending moments separately. Why I am saying separately? Because once I will try to solve bending moment for the simply supported beam, and then I will try to draw a moment for this fixed beam. Okay, so here first rule is that area of a free BMD. Area of a free BMD means what? Let's suppose we have a fixed beam with us. As I am explaining you before, we have to draw it BMD for simply supported beam and then for fixed end beam. I hope you did this in your SOM, or a strength of mechanics, under the unit SFD and BMD. So what do you supposed to do? Let's suppose you have a fixed beam with a loading like this. So you will consider it as a simply supported beam with the loading. Okay, what will be the diagram for this? Diagram for this is like triangle, right? Then now you supposed to take the fixed ends, and for fixed ends what will be the bending moment? As there is a no loading in a span, the only moment will create at fixed ends, as fixed end has a moment. So fixed end 1 moment, at B end 1 moment, and nothing is in between the span, therefore it is constant. That's how bending moment for fixed end is developed. So if they are saying area of free BMD, it means that a area of simply supported beam like this is equals to what? Area of fixed end moment diagram. Fixed end moment diagram. What is fixed end moment diagram? This is the fixed end moment diagram, right? The area of this, which is simply supported bending moment diagram, and area of fixed end bending moment diagram, the area of these two are equal. Okay, next is, they said the centroid of free BMD, the centroid of this free BMD and the centroid of this fixed end BMD is equal. We are utilizing that 2 principles given by it, and we will try to solve one fixed end beam here. So fixed end moment by first principle Okay, the question, it is a question, and they want us to find fixed end moments by first principle and check the values with standard formula. So I will try to do it with the first principle, and you do on your own by the standard formulas or standard way of doing it. Okay, now if we want to apply first principle of this theorem, then first principle says that area of free BMD is equals to area of fixed BMD, right? So for that I need to draw BMD. So I drawn a BMD over here. We have a fixed beam with us of total span 4 plus 4, 8 plus 4, 12 of 12 meter. Okay, now it is fixed at A end and fixed at B end, and we can observe that this beam is symmetrical. Why I am saying it is symmetrical? Because see, the first load is 4 meter from A support, as well as the first load from B support is 4 meter away, and both are 2 meter away from the middle or central load. That's why I can say it as a symmetrical beam. Now consider it as a simply supported beam first and try to draw BMD. So BMD for a simply supported beam is quite easy. A reaction at A into horizontal distance, that will give us a first triangle. Then again this reaction into horizontal distance up to the middle, that will give us a this part. Okay, I hope you are very good with the drawing BMD and SFD. Here we need only the BMDs to take care of. Once you draw BMD, you will get diagram like this. Due to symmetry, the exact half will be equal to the first half. Okay, now simply supported BMD is done. Now we are moving towards the fixed end BMD. So fixed end BMD will be with only fixed end support and no external loading. External loadings are removed. In that case, the BMD will be rectangle. BMD will be rectangle. Now I have wrote values over here. Okay, this value, this value, this value. I can find this value of simply supported or free BMD by help of reaction calculation. Do the reaction calculation for this beam as a loaded above, and you can say, simply find out what this moment is, what is maximum moment, what is other moment. But in the fixed end beam, we actually don't know what is moment at A and moment at B. That's why we are doing it with the principle, first principle. Okay, so let's try to find that values. Actually I have wrote those values in this figure, but that is once after calculating. Okay, but diagram will remain same like this, a rectangle for fixed end, correct? But what if the loading will be unsymmetrical? Here the loading is symmetrical, therefore BMDs of free supports and fixed supports are symmetrical in shape. But what if the loading is like this? Only a point load applied at a y distance. Okay, so in that case, moment developed at B support will be more than the moment developed at A support. Understood? Then in that case, the bending moment for fixed support will be like trapezoidal. But in the case of symmetrical beam like this, you will get rectangle. And for simply supported, you better know how to draw it. Now applying first rule. First rule says that area of free BMD is equals to area of fixed BMD. So let's calculate area of free BMD. Area of free BMD will be area of this part. Now why I am drawing it in the three different parts? Because see, it's not exactly a triangle. 540 will be somewhat like this, and then 630 will be somewhat like this, just above. Okay, and it will make shape like this. Therefore I have to divide it into three equal parts. But sometimes you may get confused with the diagram. You say it as a simple triangle diagram, but no, it is not a triangle because it is not proportionate. Understood? Now see, the area of this triangle adding with area of this rectangle adding with the area of this upper triangle. That's what your BMD area. Okay, so how to do it? I have did already over here for you. Half of 540 into 4 area of this triangle, then 540 into 2 which is area of rectangle, and half into 630 minus 540 into 2 will be again length. Okay, so once we calculate it for given values, we come across a value of 2250, but it is of this part, right? We have to do for this leftover part, and you can do it, take advantage of symmetry. You can do it like this, multiply it with the 2 of this value, and you will get a final area of this whole triangle as 4500. Now finding the x is also required because there are two terms. Area of fixed is equals to area of free diagram, then x of fixed BMD is equals to centroid of simply supported BMD. So therefore let's calculate x distance for it, but due to the symmetry I can say that this x will be half of the distance, and total distance is, as I said, it is 12 meter, half of it is 6 meter. Now let's equate the areas of both of the diagrams. Area of free BMD is equals to 4500 is equals to area of fixed BMD. Area of fixed BMD is, now area of fixed BMD means area of this rectangle. What will be the area? MA, this height which is MA into length, which I said MA into 12. If you solve for this value, you will get MA is equals to MB. But here you can take an advantage of symmetry because MA is exactly equals to MB. What if you come across an unsymmetrical loading and you drawn a fixed BMD like trapezoidal? At that time MA is not equals to MB. So unknowns are 2 are the unknowns. In that case you have to take help of centroid equation. Also 2 unknown will be solved by 2 equation. Here the unknown was only 1, moment at A, because moment at B will be exactly same. So I applied only 1 equation. I hope you understood. That note I have wrote over here. If loading on beam is unsymmetrical, in that case you need to use both of the equation. Both of the equations means XF is equals to X, AF is equals to A. I hope you understood this. Now Clapeyron's theorem of 3 moments. This is second theorem or a B part of unit number 2. What this method is? This method is for solving continuous beam. Okay, we solved fixed beam. Now we want to solve continuous beams. Okay, and simply supported beams we can go with the equilibrium equation. So let's try to solve continuous beam. For continuous beam we have a theorem which called as a Clapeyron's theorem, or it also known as a 3 moment theorem. Okay, see, with this theorem we come across one equation which is wrote over here, and which says that moment at A, okay, moment at A will be into L1 by A1. L1 will be the distance divided by I1 will be the moment of inertia. Then twice of MB moment at B into L1 divided by I1 plus L2 divided by I2 plus MC moment at C into L2 by I2 equals to minus 6A1 x1 bar upon I1 L1 minus 6A2 x2 bar divided by I2 L2. So L1 L2 is clear to you. I1 I2 remains constant if there is no change in a moment of inertia. If the beam is given like this, in that case I and 2I will cause you to write separate I for each span. But many of the times they will ask you beam with a no change in moment of inertia. Now next is finding x bar and x1 bar, sorry, x1 bar and x2 bar. How to do that? For that, you x is already, you know, x bar is a representation of centroidal distance, right? And if you are calculating x1, x1 will be for span AB, right? Then you have to take x1 from A support, and if you are calculating x2, then you have to take x2 from B support. Understood? Therefore, I wrote a note over here, centroid of free BMD from support A, and for AB, for span AB you should consider from A, and from support C, okay, for support C, sorry, from support C for span BC, okay. Now let's try to solve one problem so that you will get clear with this equation. So problem says over here, we have one, sorry, yes, we have one simply supported beam with, not a simply supported beam, it's a simply supported but continuous beam, has a 3 span and some loading like this. Now they want us to analyze the continuous beam ABCD as shown in a figure and take EI constant. Okay, I is a constant, no issue. Use theorem of 3 moment. As I said, Clapeyron's theorem is also known as a 3 moment theorem. Okay, so first step is to draw BMD. How to draw BMD? Simply you consider first span. Okay, in the first span, what do you see? You see there is a, you can see there is only one moment, and consider it as a simply supported beam with the one moment, and try to draw its diagram. Diagram will be like this. Diagram will be, how will be the diagram? Diagram will be like, sorry, at fixed end, sorry, at simply supported you will have 0 moment, right? Then like this will be the diagram, correct? Then for the next span, here there is a change in a diagram. I have drawn it different, or wrongly I can say that this is the span, this is the span. So first diagram will be like this, okay, first diagram will be like this. It's due to I have taken a wrong spans, yes. First diagram will be up to this point like this, okay, and next will be like this. Here is your simply loading, and third will be, third span is correct, okay. So I will send you a corrected sheet of this lecture on Google Classroom. You can check it or from that, okay, you can try to check it from that. I hope you understood. I made a mistake in the bending moment diagram. The bending moment diagram, for because I have not seen where the span ends. The simple support is here, so it should be like this. And for next span, you already know it will be a triangular shape, and next span I have drawn it correctly. I will try to send you corrected sheet in the Google Classroom. You can go through it. Now once you got the bending moment diagram, as I said, take it simply supported, and according to standard diagrams you can solve it. One, for second span you have only concentrated load, and for third span you have concentrated load like this, okay. So once you know standard diagrams for the bending moments, you can draw it easily. Now find the areas and centroid of each free BMD. Each of this free BMD. Free BMD means what? You are considering it as a simply supported beam. Once you got diagram, you try to find out areas of this first part, areas of this second part, and area of this third part, okay. And I have drawn, I did a calculation for you. I did A1 into x1, okay. So area of first simply supported span, which is this, let's shift this support over here, तो मांजरा ही खत्म हो जाता है, right? Okay, and this point load you assume over here, okay. You can fix it on your own, try to do it in your notebook. Let's try to calculate area of this part. So area of this part will be once you know what is the standard bending moment diagram, along with that you come across a standard formulas to write down moment. So I have wrote moment values over here. Okay, so area of this triangle will be area of this bottom triangle plus area of this top triangle, which I did like this. But I have not taken only the area calculation, alongside I have calculated into x1. Why I am doing that? Because see, in the equation you required a1 x, a2 x, and as I said, if you are writing for this span like this, okay, and you consider two span A to B and from B to C, then the bending moment diagram, let's assume like this. If you are calculating x1, you will calculate from A, therefore I said x from A. And if you are calculating for span BC x2, then take a calculation of x2 from B. Similarly, I did over here, I taken a x from A1 support and x2 from B support. I hope it is clear. You can try to solve it in your notebook. Then I did A2 into x2 also, that is required in the this part. Okay, I thoroughly covered this part in the classes. It's just a revision lecture, therefore I can't go into the deep. I have further parts to cover because it's a revision of whole unit. Okay, once you come across this value, you put those values in this equation. Okay, so moment at A, I wrote it as 0. Why? Because see, as we can see over in this diagram, the support A is moment at simply supported, and support which is simply supported, moment will be equals to 0, because no bending moment diagram turns out like this, right? Simply supported beam is bending moment diagram for simply supported beams you have observed, it is 0 at ends. Okay, but for fixed end you can say there is a moment at fixed end. Okay, now moment at A I put 0, twice of MB. Moment at B, intermediate simply supported beams, intermediate simply support carries a moment, therefore moment at B will be, though it is simply support, but it will not carry 0 moment, it will carry a moment because it is internal simple support, right? Then L1 L2, you know the values. MC, it is again internal, therefore I can't write it 0, and put all other values into it and solve it. You will get a one equation. Repeat this procedure for next span. Repeat this procedure for BC and CD span. Once you got this, now if you are writing it for BC and CD span, B to C and C to D, so x1 will be from B support, see here, and x2 will be from D support, here you should write D. Okay, and solve it, you will get moment at again one equation, right? Solve this equation, this and this two equation, equation number 1, equation number 2. Solve this two equation, two unknowns, you can calculate moment at B and C. I hope you understood. In this equation, yes, in this equation, or to apply this equation, let's suppose you come across a fixed end. Sorry, let's consider a fixed end beam like this. Okay, fixed end continuous beam like this. Okay, one end is fixed end, other end is overhang. In this case, when there is a fixed end at one side, you have to consider a dummy span. You have to consider what? Dummy span. I hope you remember this. I have covered that part into the classes. If you want any further clarification, you can try to go with the notebooks, otherwise you can ask me. Now next is strain energy method. This is the third and the last part of unit number 2, which is I am applying it for, or we are using it for analysis of prop cantilever or continuous prop cantilever, fixed and continuous beam. Okay, so this method is applicable for cantilever beam also, prop cantilever beam also, as well as for fixed end beam. So here Analyze the propped cantilever beam loaded as shown in figure. Assume EI constant. Assume EI constant. Therefore, in this method, strain energy method, which is also known by the list work method, we need to find out DSI and whatever extra force which is indeterminate need to be calculated or need to be considered as a redundant force, is considered as redundant force. Understood what I said? In the strain energy method, hope you remember from the classes that we have to take DSI calculation, and whatever extra force we come across will be considered as a redundant force. So I have considered RB, which is, this is B support, and at B support, what simple support reaction RB will be a redundant force, and that we need to calculate. Now finding M and DABA M by RB is required, because formula says that taking a integration of M into DABA MB dx and equate it to 0. From this, if you apply this formula to your sum, you can come across a redundant force. Therefore, how to calculate M and DABA RB, DABA M by DABA RB? That is by using tabulation or by using table format. It is tabulated like this. You have to write origin. Okay, origin. Okay, so origin will be a B to C span first and then C to last end. Wait a minute. Now you can see A to C and C to B. Okay, so I have wrote from the free end. Now you should remember this. There is a note or important point. If you come across prop cantilever or cantilever beam, you should always write a equation from free end. Okay, so here I wrote BC region first, this region first. BC is of how much distance? Limit is 0 to 2, and what will be the moment equation? For that you have to consider x, and you will integrate the value of RB over a x distance. You can calculate RB over a x distance. Okay, so here in this part I am doing limit. I took a part BC as a region, origin of this is B, and limit taken as a 0 to 2. Limit is taken as a 0 to 2. Now moment calculation. For moment calculation, you have to consider x distance. From B support, you consider x distance just before the concentrated load. That I have taken as a x. Now try to solve for moment equation. So RB into x distance, right? And differentiation, partial differentiation with respect to RB will be RB becomes 1, x as it is. Next is for span C to A. In this span, what is the limit? C I have taken as the origin, and limit will be 0 to 2 again, because length of the span is 2 meter. Now solve it for moment. For moment, you have to start from this end, but you have to remember that x is shifted in this region now. X is shifted in this region. So RB, reaction at B, into distance up to this x. Distance up to this x will be this x plus 2, right? X plus 2 into, this is making anti-clockwise moment, and anti-clockwise from right hand taken as a positive. This is making clockwise. Now 20 is making clockwise moment. Yes, 20 is making clockwise moment. Therefore 20 into x. 20 into x. And partial differentiation of it is, here we don't have RB, therefore it will become a constant, and value differentiation of constant is 0. RB into x. RB becomes 1. X plus 2 is a partial differentiation. I hope you are good with the partial differentiation. Now remaining part is what? You have to equate M into DABA M Yes, I have wrote formula over here. You have to integrate m into da by m term over a given limit. In this limit, you have to differentiate it from 0 to given limit. So I took first RB into x into x. So RB into x, and next is a RB into x plus 2 whole term into x by 2. It means that m into da by m, and limit is 0 to 2 for first integration, for second integration 0 to 2. If you integrate it, you will come across a RB value as 6.25 kilonewton. Further, we require to calculate RA and MA. How to calculate RA and MA? For that you can take help of equilibrium equation. Summation Fy is equals to 0, moment at particular point is equals to 0, and you can solve it. That's what I did over here. Okay, so in this lecture we have covered a revision of second unit. Second unit consists of 3 different parts. First is the fixed end beam. We have solved fixed beam by using first principle. Then second, which we solved is by using Clapeyron's theorem. We can say it as a 3 moment theorem. We solved or analyzed continuous beam, right? We analyzed continuous beam. And in the third part or last part, we have analyzed cantilever, fixed or propped cantilever beam by using strain energy method, or this method is also known as list work method, principle of list work. Okay, I hope you understood. Here our revision ends. Thank you.